We come to the story of Musa alayhi salam when he goes to Pharaoh and he's telling Pharaoh that an arsil ma'iya bani Israel. This is mentioned in Surah Shura, Surah Shu'ara. So he's telling Musa, Pharaoh, that I want you to send Bani Israel with me. You have persecuted them, you have made them your slaves, you have abused them financially, physically, psychologically, in every way possible. Now it's about time you give them to me and let us go somewhere else. And he did not want to do that. So Surah Taha mentions that at that time, Pharaoh, in order to ensure that everyone is going to galvanize behind him, everyone is going to stand behind him, it is the nature of every single leader. When he's about to lose power and control, they always make it about the country. They always make it about the country. If you remember, for those of you who were there at 9/11, even after that, what was that one call every single time? If the Muslims come into this country, if Sharia law takes over, then all your privileges will be taken away. They actually use the country and their freedom to fight their own causes. Although, wallahi, they don't even care about their own people. Wallahi, they don't even care about their own people. But when it came to holding on to power, they made it about the country and their freedom and their privileges. Likewise, Pharaoh did the same exact thing. He told the people of Egypt that these two brothers are here to take away their country. And يُخْرِجَاكُم مِّنْ أَرْضِكُمْ بِسِحْرِهِمَا. When Musa alayhi salam threw down his staff and it turned to a serpent, he's telling them, he's using this to remove all of us from our land. So once again, the tactic that he used is very common, something that we see very often in this day and age. Now, Musa alayhi salam, he's telling Pharaoh, you think that this is magic? You think you want to bring all your magicians together? Khalas, no problem. Let's have a competition. But see, Musa is smart. He knows that if Pharaoh just calls everyone and says that this is a day of competition, this is the day where we're gonna take back our country and so forth, and he were to call people, some people will come, some people may not come. But Musa is smart. He's telling him, let's choose a day where it is considered as a holiday in your country. It's already a holiday. It's already a day of festivities. People are going to be away from work. They're going to come as it is, but on that same day we will do this also. So what did Pharaoh do? He called. The Quran says, فَجَمَعَ كَيْدَهُ ثُمَّ أَتَى. He gathered all his people. Now what does every powerful person do? When it comes to using people, they are excellent. They are experts in using people for their own gain. So what did he do? He called all these magicians. And by the way, if you study the history of Bani Israel, magic was something that was very common. It was practiced abundantly. And one of the people who were the most privileged and the most rich and the most resourceful people in the community, in the society, were the magicians. So Pharaoh called all of them. They came to Pharaoh. And then they are the ones who are telling Pharaoh that if you want us to fight your battles, what do we get for it? What is in it for us? What benefit do we get out of it? And Pharaoh is promising them everything. I will make you ana min al-muqarrabin. I will make you from amongst those who are the closest to me. Meaning that whatever you want, you got the hookups, you got the connections. I'll take care of you, don't worry about it. So now the time comes. And Musa alayhi salam, he gathers everyone. And he tells them, they even said, that who wants to go first? They even asked Musa alayhi salam that who wants to go first? And Musa alayhi salam said, you can go first. So at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that they put down their staffs and they put down their ropes and they turned into serpents, and there were serpents everywhere. And at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the state of the heart of Musa alayhi salam. فَأَوْجَسَ فِي خِيفَةِ nafsi Musa, that he in his heart, فَأَوْجَسَ فِي نَفْسِهِ خِيفَةَ مُوسَى, in his heart there was an element of fear. He's looking at everything around him and he's thinking, how is this my one serpent is going to overpower everything else? So at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, that قُلْنَا لَا تَخَفْ إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْأَعْلَى. that do not fear, do not be worried about all this, because what you see in front of you is an illusion. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to their magic as an illusion when He says, Saharu a'yunan nas. This was an illusion. This was magic and tricking the eyes of people, which is an illusion. So it's not real. On the other hand, when Musa alayhi salam put down his staff, what the magician knows what he's putting down. The magician knows that this is not real. But when the magician saw the serpent of Musa alayhi salam, they knew right away that this is not magic. This is not an illusion. This is, as we call it, the real deal. This is the real deal. And at that time, this one serpent overpowered all the other serpents. At that time, they realized that this is the real deal. And this man is a real deal. His message is a real deal. Therefore, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, فَأُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ سُجَّدًا. They all fell into sajda. قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ هَارُونَ وَمُوسَى. They accepted Islam on the hands of Musa alayhi salam and his brother Harun alayhi salam. But then look at the threat of Pharaoh. What Pharaoh wanted to accomplish was that everyone come. At the end of the day, everyone will be on the side of Pharaoh. Everyone will support Pharaoh. Everyone will be against Musa alayhi salam. That is what his plan was. And this is why we remind ourselves, وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. Today, what we see happening today, they have a plan, but Allah has a plan too. And the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always supersede. This is our yaqeen. This is the things that we need to take away from these stories. And there's more things inshallah I'm going to mention at the end. I just want to go through the ayat. At that time, what did Pharaoh say? He threatened them. He says, فَلَا أُقَطِّعَنَّ أَيْدِيَكُمْ وَأَرْجُلَكُمْ مِنْ خِلَافٍ. I'm going to cut your limbs and on opposite ends. If I cut your right leg off, I'm going to cut your left hand off. You understand? And so this is the threat. And not only that, فَلَا أُقَطِّعَنَّ أَيْدِيَكُمْ وَأَرْجُلَكُمْ مِنْ خِلَافٍ وَلَا أُصَلِّبَنَّكُمْ. I'm not going to only just cut off your limbs from opposite ends, I'm going to hang you so you become an example for everyone else. That anyone who defies the orders of Pharaoh, this is their fate. This is their fate. Now, at that time, of course, no, they all came, even though they are the ones who were going to be amongst the closest, the cabinet members of Pharaoh. Even they were now confronting Pharaoh. إِنَّهُ مَنْ يَأْتِ رَبَّهُ مُجْرِمًا فَإِنَّ لَهُ جَهَنَّمْ لَا يَمُوتُ فِيهَا وَلَا يَحْيَا. These are now people who are coming to Pharaoh and they are confronting Pharaoh that we truly believe. This is the real deal and we're going to believe in him.